Sports commentator for Italy. Okay, well, not nothing there. What's this? Oh yeah, this thing. Oh yeah, this guy. All he was just sitting there saying that he saw the shooter before the shooter shot, and he was trying to tell police, but police were ignoring him. So, uh, AMD makes semiconductors. AMD does make semiconductors. So does if I'm not mistaken, was it, you got TSMC, you got AMD, you got Jesus, what is it? Don't Samsung also like produce chips and stuff too? Um, my thing is, my understanding though is just that like because you have a level of complexity, and Taiwan TSMC, if I'm saying the company name right, is the only company that has the ability to make the super complex chips that Nvidia uses, right? And make your iPhones, and make like all your other stuff. Jesus, man, you guys are like going crazy here. Uh, Instagram story? You found an Instagram story? What did you find an Instagram story of here? What is this? Oh, it's Israel, Hamas. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna keep it in the side there. Uh, he also put steel tax on 25% just to get blue collar vote after possible acquisition of U.S. steel. Let's see that. NA go large cap. They make the machines. That make the advanced chips. Yep, yep. And then it's like what? There's like one or two companies. I think there's like one or two companies that make that they're the only ones that make the machineries. It's like one or two companies that are the only ones. Like it, but like it in a nutshell though, right? It's crazy that why is this not being done here in the US of all places, right? Especially with the being the world's largest economy for now. Why is this not like why is there no push to try and get this over here? I understand that it's usually smarter to have like other countries do certain things because some countries might be in better positions to be able to like make stuff and then it could ultimately be cheaper. But like for the super critical stuff like chips, like the chips and not the kinds you eat, right? That shit needs to be done in the US. So like I really definitely like the Chips Act, but it's going to take a while before we can see the fruits of that. Let's see. U.S. companies still ain't gonna change because of some small. And this is true, right? And then U.S. doesn't have any incentives to do that. And that's the thing too, right? Because then the next thing is just like the whole corporate profit thing, right? Because at the end of the day, if I'm a company, right, and it's just cheaper for me to do something somewhere else, that's just where I'm gonna go, right? It's just there's nothing you can say or do that's gonna change that. And this is why, right? How do you feel? You know what? How do you feel about the AI then, right? How do you feel about AI as it's entering the whole economic process? Because see, my take on AI is that like once AI hits a certain point, right? Capitalism is going to actually fail us all, right? I like capitalism. I really do, right? But I actually do truly believe that AI is going to force us to have to switch to like some type of social system. Like there's not going to be a choice, right? Because at the end of the day, right? Nobody is going to be able to compete with AI once AI is sufficiently strong enough to be able to do what it's doing. So, oh, is this still playing? Okay, yeah, right. It's not going to be we're not going to be able to compete, right? And then, like I said, whoever's able to produce something faster and cheaper is the ones. Sorry about that. Is the ones that's going to ultimately win. And so, like, there's not going to be no incentive for a company to sit there and be hiring regular people when I could just use AI to just do it, right? And then there you go, all the jobs whew, start dropping, right? And then there you go. Right? Now we don't have any. Now the economy starts to crumble because we're still built on the whole if you don't work, you don't eat kind of system. Uh, Instead of like having some type of like I don't know universal whatever. So we'll see. I don't know. Let's see. Both are bad. I don't like either of the present candidates. Both are bad. Protected industry is a joke. These are just examples of unfree trade. U.S. is so hypocritical. This is true. Yes. At the end of the day, right? Every country is fending for themselves, right? Everybody wants their country to be benefited. And the U.S. is not going to be any different, right? The U.S. is going to talk. The U.S. is going to tell you all that good stuff it wants to tell you, but at the end of the day, um, at the end of the day, like it's all about the country's own needs that matter the most. So And you know what? A perfect example of that would be the Russia gas pipeline, right? You know, Barack Obama and Donald Trump both told that whole side of Europe, do not trust or rely on that Russian gas too much. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. They both told them that, right? And then what happened after the Ukraine war, right? Oh, you know, we gotta conduct some maintenance on this pipeline. Oh, you know what? We're not going to turn it back on. Actually, I'm sorry. It's just like Obama and Trump called it. Like they both told him, right? But at the end of the day, right, the countries are like, this is going to make energy for our people cheaper, and that's what we got to do. We got to weigh it with that, and then there it goes. Let's see. What do we have here? What do we have here? Can I? Oh no, I guess I gotta go like this. Let's see. And then Brian, President Biden has maintained those tariffs for several reasons, including protecting U.S. steel manufacturers and jobs and addressing concerns about unfair trade practices. The tariffs are also part of the broader trade negotiations and strategies aimed at ensuring a level playing field of American industries. This is true, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't one of the things China was doing was like subsidizing like their companies? So like, for example, like let's say like if it cost a company, let's say $100 to make like a piece of steel, right? And let's say this is across the board, right? It costs everybody $100. My understanding is that the way China was doing it is that the US obviously isn't supplementing anybody, but China will sit there and tell a company, hey, if you sell your steel for $35, we'll cover you for the rest of the profit. I think is what I recall hearing, but this was a long time ago, right? So this might not even be true today. But I think that's what was going on. So then to combat that, then that's when like tariffs started getting involved, right? Because you can't, like a regular company that's not going to get funded directly by the government can't compete with something like that. Like China sitting there subsidizing their companies to like steal a market share. That's kind of how I understood. Other countries are just honest with their economic policies. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken though, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe there was a good period of time, and it might be the case now, where there were categories of products that we were importing that the way our trade deal was set up is that we wouldn't charge tariffs on what we're importing, but we would allow the other country to charge tariffs on what they would import, or on what they would import from us. If I recall correct, because that was like one of the very first things that I think like Trump brought up back like in 2016. So, let's see. These are like tariffs can be positive because they help protect domestic industries and jobs from foreign. Oh, you're talking about the China thing. Yeah, I have to look at that because I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it works. Tariffs can be positive because they help protect domestic industries and jobs from foreign competition by making imported goods more expensive. Tariffs can encourage consumers to buy domestically produced products, which can support local economies and industries. Additionally, they can give the government leverage in trade negotiations to address unfair practices by other countries. Whatever, that's because NATO is sending weapons to attack Russia. Well, wait, is this with the thing about like telling them not to rely on that Russian gas pipeline? Well, probably. Yeah, well, I have to add that to the list. Where's my little notes? We'll have to add that to the list on like the trade deals. Let me just put it here right now. Trade deal tariffs, right? I gotta add that to my list of things to look at. We're getting behind here. China is the world's largest producer of steel, but the U.S. only gets around 6% of its steel from China already. Yeah, China produces their steel very cheaply. Previous tariffs already made buying Chinese steel unrealistic. Buying an extra tariffs are just bullshit political moves. Okay, so I guess we are definitely, let me bold this one. So I guess we are going to have to like add tariffs to our research. That's what we'll do. U.S. is not hypocritical in maintaining tariffs compared to that of many countries use similar measures to protect their own industries. It is a common practice in international trade, and the U.S. has its own right to acting within its rights to safeguard economic interests, just like other nations do. Yep. And look at their quality of steel. Quality of steel. Can I? Well, you know, let me get a quick Google, right? Let's say U.S. steel versus Chinese steel. I'm just gonna get it. American steel is often 8 times thicker. In addition to its higher strength, American steel is also 8 times thicker Wait, oh, I'm sorry, because I was rereading the thing. Yeah, thicker on average than Chinese steel. This means that even particular industrious burglars won't be able to cut through your gun safe and get to the guns in any speedy amount of time. This is what champion safe is. It? Can I get something with a little bit more oomph? Performance of Chinese steel and U.S. steel. Let's see here. No need to make unnecessarily hard steel. Well, I mean, like, it depends on what industry you're targeting that steel for. I guess if you was making it for like a simple like gun safe that you're gonna keep at home, then yeah, I guess right. Because most gun safes at home is really just to like, it's just like to keep kids from like getting into it, right? But like if you're using it to build buildings or maybe like the defense industry, uh, yeah, I'm sure it probably would matter. As a matter of fact, isn't that the reason why like the Russian tanks didn't fare all too well like in Ukraine? Like won't they like saying that it was just like the steel that they was using was like basically like butter, so like they was just like tearing through those tanks, like whatever tanks they were using. 3 times stronger than Chinese, has lower oxidation levels, tamper resistant, often 8 times thicker. Environment in mind. Oh yes, the environment. Funny. Can vary significantly in several factors or major producers of steel. Known for its high quality reliability with strict quality control. Uh, Specific requirements of the application is important to evaluate properties. Um, oh yeah, I'm sure China's been trying to like make their steel better, sure. And then don't apply Chinese or other foreign steel. Besides adding boron to their product, weakening the welds, the sheer number of pollutants that Chinese steel emits is alarming. Yeah, this is all stuff I typically imagine. People choose to make worse quality. People choose to make worse quality steel. Brian, you don't know what you're talking about. People choose their steel mixes. China clearly has the ability to make any quality steel. I'm sure China definitely has the capability of making a quality steel. There's just a matter of just like what they're choosing to do. Because like I mean, at the end of the day, like a company, well, I mean, I can't speak for every corporation, but like I'm sure like costs comes into the equation for like any corporate decision to buy steel. And if you don't think like you need your steel to be quite as good, or if you're even aware of it even going to be a problem for your particular use case, I wouldn't see why not. I wouldn't see why not use the lower quality Chinese steel. Um, yeah, it's environment stuff. Chinese steel is directly associated with faulty construction. I'm sure. Oh yeah, of course, right? Because this is probably a steel company, so yeah, so they wouldn't be the ones I'd actually would listen to. China, top 20 steel producing countries in the world. Who's number two? Japan. Japan is number two in producing steel. When was this taken? 2015. Jesus. Okay, Japan. You don't need high strength steel for a metal water bottle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? You don't for a metal water bottle for like a consumer grade like gun safe or as a matter of fact, I don't even think like car manufacturers need like these strong. Well, I don't even know car manufacturers even use steel to begin with, right? Is the metal frames, are those even steel? I think this is actually a different kind of metal. But refrigerators, right? If they even use steel. Um, Crude steel production, Asia. Luxembourg. It's slowly growing a little bit. All right, well, that's enough of the steel. That is enough of the steel. Let's see if any more information now, because I wanted to give that a break to give it some time to find the let the internet do its thing and see if we could find anything else. Um, there's a new version of this post. See latest post. It's the same video, right?
I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the.
He did not act alone. What is this? Wait, how does this prove he did not act alone though? No, doesn't look like it. Also, it's not that the Chinese steel is worse. Steel is just mixes of different elements. They choose their mixes for different steels. Yeah, I'm sure, right? And then I'm sure too, though, like just like with every company, right? If you have an opportunity to just uh give like cheaply made products, right, to undercut the other guy and then get away with it. Um, I remember like for the longest time there was a SD cards. Like there was a point in time where like they was doing 1 terabyte SD cards for super cheap, and then the thing is the way they were doing it is because they were taking, I think it was like 500 gig or 200 gig SD cards, and they would actually flash the memory thing on it to make it present to the computer as a 1 terabyte SD card, and scam you boys. You know, I'm throwing my batteries and my socks here, cause bro, like this AC is like on like winter blast in here. Jeez, man, I might have to go turn it off soon. My feet are like freezing. Uh, let's see. A renaissance. Then for what among any other reason? The extra tariffs are just a political thing. Extra political things because of to get a vote of steel workers. How how much of a I wonder how much of the population is even all that pressed about steel. You know, like there was I remember there was a point in time where like they were like trying to like hyper focus on like the coal workers, right? Wasn't that Trump like talking so much about like the coal workers and whatnot? Um, well, we don't have no new photo of this. Can I? Nope. Won't won't show me now. Damn, son. Let me see. Oh wait, is that the guy that got? Notice the man in the black hat is the only one who doesn't move while shots are being fired. All is not as is. Oh my god, are they really about to do this? Bro, he probably didn't even know what's going on. He just like seeing like, what the hell is everybody moving around for? Doesn't sound like just fireworks. Like that's crazy. Uh, okay, what are you guys over here? Let's see. Extra get a vote because the quality of steel China, because of the quality of steel China has manufactured, literally just happened because of possible controversial acquisition of company, U.S. Steel. Renaissance. How that made. Boy, why would they vote for steelworkers? Chinese steel isn't just worse; it's efficient for its purposes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chinese steel is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like any cheap product would definitely have its purposes, even if it doesn't meet up to you know the whatever like top dog you got there. Why you think like people go to like all these smaller carriers for cell phones? You know, I could sit there, that could be on Verizon or AT&T or T-Mobile, or right, if it's not that serious to me, right, I can go on these little like smaller pans like Cricket was it net 40 or is it net 10? You got that Cricket signal, right? You get signal everywhere, but it's like 2G. Chinese steel is just worse. It's efficient for how can steel being a low quality has nothing to do with the efficiency of its purpose. Steel isn't like fruit or something. They choose their mixes. It's inefficient to use hard steel for things that don't need hard steel. More cost for no reason. Aerospace grade steel water bottles is just so unnecessary. Yeah, it's like choosing data. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So like like I would give that to you. Um, for sure it has its purpose. After being shot in the head, these boys see they got the see that boy they got the rifles on deck. Two Trump rally audience members are currently in critical condition. Yeah, well, let's do another Google search for this man's name and see if anything new comes up. Thomas Matthews Crooks. Oh, the FBI did end up dropping his name. Cool, 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 cool. Who was, bro? Did he post a video already? Republic World. Okay, it's 2 minutes. Let's see.
See this property on Zillow?
Oh no,
It's a
this is an
fully
ad.
furnished property
Okay, I
that's
thought
been
it was
sitting
about
empty
to
for the
get
last
something.
42
Hold on. The hell was that? Was that somebody farting? Am I crazy? Why is that even like that? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let me not get distracted here.
All right, viewers, we're getting some information
Okay.
about the shooter. There you have the picture of the one who attempted to assassinate former U.S. President
Woo,
Donald Trump.
hold
And
on.
that is the
This is some other
20-year-old.
country.
He's been identified as a 20-year-old. These are the information.
And I
this
have
is the
gotta,
information
like,
we're getting.
switch
Shooter
the-
identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, and he's a 20-year-old. There you have the picture of the attacker, and he is identified as a Pennsylvania local. That's the big update we're getting to you right now, viewers. And the FBI in this press briefing, as you said, that they're not close to identifying the motive. However, the pictures have come in. The shooter has been identified as Thomas Crooks, and Thomas Crooks is the man in this picture to the right of your screens. Thomas Matthew Crooks is the one who was the shooter, the one who attacked, fired 7 shots at the Pennsylvania rally of Donald Trump. And he had no ID on him. That is what we know. He did not have any ID on him. And the DNA tests are on to confirm the identity, to confirm on his identity. And that is the big update we have right now. Remember, viewers, this man, the attacker, has been shot dead. He's
I want to
killed.
make sure it wasn't
But
crazy
he
going
fired
on there.
7 shots in that rally. And remember, in this rally, 2 have been injured also. Before the shooter was taken down by the security personnel there. And this man did not have any ID. However, what we see the FBI saying is that we do
Is
not
that thing
know
still
the
stuck
motive
on-
yet.
oh
He's
my
a
gosh.
local. What we
Is
can
this
tell you,
really
viewers,
still
that he's
stuck
a
on here?
Pennsylvania
Hold on.
local. We'll get you more updates, viewers. Stay tuned to Republic TV as our coverage
the
continues
other-
on the Trump assassination bit.
Yeah, they got the photos and everything of this man on the back. Oh, they haven't really said anything.
All right, viewers, we're getting some information about the shooter. There you have the picture of the one who has attempted to assassinate former U.S. President Donald Trump. And
Okay.
that is the 20-year-old. He's been identified as a
Chinese
20-year-old.
infrastructure
These are
also
the
makes US
information-
look
this is the
like
information
an
we're
old
getting.
geezer
Shooter
sitting
identified
on
as
his
Thomas
hands.
Matthew Crooks, and he's a 20-year-old. There you have the picture
They make
of
the
the
entire
attacker.
bridges
And he is
overnight
identified
without
as a
disrupting
Pennsylvania
daytime
local.
traffic,
That's
while the
big
US takes
update
months
we're
and
getting
years to
right
build
now,
similar
viewers.
infrastructure
And,
projects.
the FBI in this press
of
briefing, as
those
I said, that they're
projects
not close to
even
identifying the motive.
ever even
However,
happen.
the pictures have come in. The shooter
Probably.
has been
I'm sure,
identified
like,
as, Thomas Crooks,
in terms
and,
of
Thomas,
workers,
Crooks
I'm
is
sure
the
they
man
probably
in
got all
this picture
kinds
to
of
the right
hands
your
on
screens.
deck.
Thomas Matthew Crooks is the one who,
Doesn't China have like,
the
what is it?
shooter,
Isn't
the
it
one
like
who,
a
attacked, fired
6
7
12
shots at the
12
Pennsylvania
policy or
rally of
something like
Donald
that?
Trump. And,
Don't they work
he
like
had no
12 hours a
ID on him.
day
That is,
for like
what we
6
know. He
days a
did not
week?
have any ID on him, and the DNA tests are on to confirm the identity, to confirm on his identity, and that is the. So, before the shooter was taken down by the security personnel there, and this man did not have any ID. However, what we see, the
Yeah,
FBI
699. It's
saying
like one of
we
those.
do not know the motive yet. He's a local. What we can tell you, viewers, that he's a Pennsylvania local. We'll get you more updates, viewers. Stay tuned to Republic TV as our
Oh,
coverage
here we go. Here's something we
continues.
haven't seen.
If a man wears this, he's definitely
Jesus.
getting lucky tonight.
Oh, God.
Most jeans are either super bad.
What happened to our country? Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit.
Damn. You can't see anything.
He's on top of the roof. Don't go over there. He's on the roof, buddy.
Yeah, so everybody going right behind the man got his dog with him.
He's dead. I just seen his hair go up. They shot him in the head.
Shush. Me? I was born in New York, and like I've been bouncing around states periodically over the years, and so like now we're like on the Midwest side. We were in Texas for quite a bit, but we moved again further west. Where? I'm trying to figure out like where exactly is this at? Is this like, was this like right there at the top of the roof, like just right beside it, right? No, this is definitely okay. So no, this is got to be with the rally. Well, I see your messages now. Minneapolis and Chicago are crazy cities. I'm sure. Chicago, California, what was that, like Los Angeles? I don't think San Francisco's too bad, but Los Angeles, I think for sure, it's probably crazy. New York can get a little crazy at times. Okay, can we find anything else? Come on. Thomas Matthew Crooks. Social. Oh yeah, and then like them cameramans were on it. You know what's crazy too, if you think about it, like that video. So the video, like when Secret Service came in and rushed the guy, the cameraman that ran over there to the side to try and get a shot of this man, no pun intended, to try to get a photo of this man while he was being shot at. That's so like, bro, like these cameramen are like goddamn invincible. It's so crazy. It really is. Oh my gosh, man. Hold on, can I? That camera is wild. Okay, let me see. Can I find anything else on this guy here before we kind of drop it? Because there probably ain't gonna be nothing else coming out for the rest of the day. Thomas Crooks, suspect. We haven't been here to this site. This one was 31 minutes ago. I think we was here at the Hindu before. Yeah, this one was 3 minutes ago, so maybe they might have some. And then Hong Kong Free Press. Here we go. Let's see. I wonder how the international news is probably taking this. It's probably going crazy right now. It's like a different world in Minneapolis from east to west. So you're a Republican, but like Biden more. Like I'm as of right now leaning a little bit to Biden more, but I don't know, right? Because like historically speaking, none of my Republican candidates have ever actually made it. Because I think like in 2016, like I wanted John Kasich. I really liked him because of his policies and stuff. And then I wanted Marco Rubio when it was clear that he probably wasn't going to make it. And then it just ended up on Trump. And then this time around, right, all of the other Republican nominees are just like wild, right? At first I was sitting there, I was like for DeSantis until him, Vivek, and I forgot like the other people that sat there and said that we're going to conduct a military operation on Mexico because we can't handle stopping drugs from coming like through the border. Like to me is the wildest thing that I could have possibly ever heard anybody say, right? We're going to sit there. We border. This is two countries. Two countries are the only ones that we sit there. We have to make sure that things are good with, right? Mexico and baby United States. And we're going to sit there and we're going to do a military strike on one of them as if like we're not going to end up in the same situation like with Cuba. Right? Because don't forget, after like that whole failed thing that happened in Cuba, right? What happened, right? Later on, Cuba was like, okay, you know, they might attack me again. So maybe I should allow a foreign adversary to move their military equipment over here. So all Mexico has to sit there and do is let China, because come on, China or Russia, if that was to actually happen, you know, the Chinese would have been Russia would have been all over that. Like, hey, Mexico, they just basically said, F you to your sovereignty, right? They said you ain't shit. So I tell you what, enter a pact with us. Let us get a little bit piece of land, like right here, right? Well, you're not even using this land here. And we may or may not put our weapons here, like our nuclear weapons and stuff. And I promise you they won't attack us again. And then there we go. From that point forward, We got nuclear weapons right there at the border of Mexico because we sat there and we couldn't handle stopping drugs from coming inside the goddamn from through the border. Just wild to me. U.S. gov is so distant from what the people of the U.S. want. Baby us, you know. It seems like he doesn't really put himself in a furry. He reminds me that Steve is not afraid to call out some of BS and the extremes of both sides. It's a text of growing aggressive. Oh wait, and I forget. Oh yeah, the whole boss thing was going on, wasn't it? I totally forgot this was even. I forgot this was even going. Let me just move this over here real quick. Sheesh. Let's see. U.S. just antagonizes so many countries for no good reason. This is true, right? Because at the end of the day, right, you know, it's all about you know, internal benefits, right? Because we sit there, we throw our weight around. I personally think we sit there and throw our weight around on the public stage a little bit too much, and we need to start offsetting that. And that was one of the things I see Trump was like really good at, right? He sat there and say like, hey, like, you know, you boys better start paying your fair share, that 2% GDP, or you know, you ain't paying your 2%. I don't know if we're gonna come there and exercise Article 5. That's crazy, by the way. That's super crazy to sit there and say we're not gonna sit there and adhere to our treaty. But you know, maybe Russia might come in and do something. Wait, oh wait, you wasn't paying nothing? I don't know. You know, I think Trump was like good at like putting that fear in them, because you know we can't be sitting there and burning so much of our money and resources to sit there and just do so much ish around the world. Like these other countries need to start taking up some of that for sure. What am I looking at? Okay. Let's see. I just lost it. Like if there was news of something like the Free Palestine movement in Russia, the U.S. Press would have a field day, where there are citizens openly protesting military policy. Yeah, you're right. And a lot of things people take for granted, and then one thing too is that we do a really shitty job of not being thankful for what we have here. Because I tell you, some of the shit that people do here, if you was in any of those other countries, like it would have been, it most certainly just would have been a wrap. Let me see. Where there are citizens openly protesting military policy, U.S. was only able to do that because of how stable the dollar is with foreign reserves of U.S. dollar. Also, too, because my understanding, too, is that we do a very good job not manipulating it quite like some of the other countries do, like China. I think because China was like what, right? In technical terms, I think of any other currency, China could have potentially been the one currency that maybe could try to like upseat the dollar, but we've already seen it before, like how they actually do like actual manipulation of the currency. Yeah, no, like I like China. I like China. China is like pretty cool as far as the country, like their culture and stuff. I really love like culture rich countries. So like China, Japan is like really nice. I wish we could see more of like Russian culture, but you know it's kind of behind a do not pass wall at the moment. So, oh, good, that thing's over with. Okay. In the future, the yuan is going to be probably more stable. The problem is that the country probably won't be, though. Is the only problem, because I think the issue with China right now is that they are they're very, very top heavy now. Like as far as like their population is, I think like in another like 20-30 years, like the burden of like how many old people they'll have versus like the young people that's actually able to work and support is going to be like kind of crazy. Well, in the future, the yuan is going to probably be more stable. Let's see, Hassan Powell would love it there. The Hassan Powell probably wouldn't make it very far in there. That's the thing that they just don't even understand, because some of this stuff that they say is crazy. Especially with the end of the petrodollar. This is true. Israel is really nice too. When I was really young, the U.S. government then crazy. Why? China government is so much better. On what metrics exactly would you say the Chinese better. I mean, there could technically be some advantages for dictatorships depending on what it is you don't like. But I mean, outside of that, we enjoy quite a lot of freedoms that you could do here that you would probably get murdered if you had over there in China. Damn sure in Russia for sure. What was that, boy? Like when whatchamacallit, when that failed assassination attempt or coup of the Russian government by like the one guy, I already knew. I was like, it's a matter of time before they're going to assassinate this man. And Lord and behold, right, his plane crashes. Go figure, you know. And then the terrible thing though is that the other guys that were with him like also got. And the thing is, knowing the Russians too, that's the thing about like you fake dictatorships, man. They'll sit there like they have no problem, axing off a couple of innocent people, because I think there was like 3 people on that plane that were like part of that guy's like group or whatever. But then it was like 2 other people that had nothing to do with them. They were just like there on the plane, and I'm sure the Russians probably just like, nigga, they hold. I'm sorry, like he got to go. That plane's going down. They gonna be on it. Oh well. Chinese government doesn't really have income tax. Yeah, but there's also this states that you can move to in the U.S. that don't have income tax. Now, granted, you have the federal income tax, but the federal income tax, if you're in a state that doesn't have income tax, then like only having federal income taxes is not that much, right? Like you're talking like what, like 14 to 24% ish, like for a bulk of the population, and then it's in a tier system too. So it's like the first like what 11,000 is like 10% or 12% or whatever, and then it tiers up. So it's not even like your whole dollar amounts being like the 24%. But more money is always better. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. There's more free trade there than in the U.S. Yeah, I bet, because it's probably like free of just like regulations. You're talking out your ass, right? You're talking out your ass. Panama, Puerto Rico as a colony, Venezuela sanctions, intervention in Israeli conflict, intervention in Ukraine conflict. You make statements that out yourself, high out the bar, and you still have to say anything that makes America worse than the China government. Intervention is basically everywhere they can. Like what? But wasn't like won't we working with the Ukrainian government? Well, yeah, won't we working with the Ukrainian, because Ukraine was still like sitting there like talks with Europe, right? So because it wasn't just the U.S. Much of Europe was involved in Ukraine. Israel is an actual ally that we get a lot of what is it? Intel and other stuff from, and they have a really strong strategic value over there, so I can why would we not help them? Taiwan is going to be a bit of like a really tricky situation should things really pop off over there. I don't know how we're going to pull that off, but I guess we'll see. Venezuela sanctions, I do not recall too much on the history of that. Puerto Rico as a colony is a little crazy. They do need to just go ahead and make the Puerto Rico a state. Maybe it would be really cool. What does it take to make add another state? Don't you need 2/3 of the? Isn't it a special amount of Congress, or is it still like just the majorities? Because I think like if the Democrats were to take both the House and the Senate, and then had a Democratic president, then Puerto Rico is definitely becoming a state. But I don't know what is needed to add a state to the U.S., right? By Congress and the Union, but no new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state. Okay, so here we go. The admission clause for states, right? Right, because it's wild that Hawaii is a state, but Puerto Rico isn't. We're out. Let's see. Nor any state formed by the junction. Oh yeah, no. So this is just saying that a state can't just be magically made from within like an already made state, or the borders within an already made state. I just want to know what's the requirement. Is it just a regular just passage in Congress? First limitation is based on constitutional text. When the proposed new state is formed from territory in the jurisdiction of an existing state. No, so that's was given to the admission of Kentucky formed out of Virginia's western regions. Oh, I guess like if you're going to redraw your borders and like kick out, sure. Instead of some phrase, no new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of the state. A literal reading of the text might incorrectly suggest the constitutional category forbids forming a new state out of the territory of an existing state. However, I've contemplated that new states could be formed from the territory of an existing state if that state consented. yes, that's what I thought they was talking about. I know they was talking about like just carving out like land for a new state. I thought they were saying like just making a new state within a state. Second limitation, equal footing, blah blah blah. Under the equal footing, down new states must be a matter of equal terms with all the powers sovereign jurisdiction to the original states. Yeah, have been admitted beyond requiring the last one act of admission. Most states first recognized, but it's not constitutionally required. Texas first was an independent republic before it was annexed by the United States and admitted as a state. Oh, so it doesn't look like they, huh? I guess it really is just a regular act of Congress to just add a new state, man. It doesn't say anything about like 2/3 of like states, kind of like amending the Constitution. Like you need like 2/3 of like actual states in addition to congressional movement. Huh? Interesting. Intervention in Vietnam, intervention in Korea. This is all true. Let's see what you guys got going on. Neutrality, foreign conflicts. Well, as far as the neutrality thing, I think that's really just because like we sat there, because weren't we like big on neutrality before World War One, and then before World War Two, and then like after that we was just like, all right, fuck it, we just gonna have to just play more of a presence in the world to just stop these world wars from happening. Because clearly nobody else is sitting there doing it, so I guess the U.S. got to send the bald eagle in to do it. That makes no sense. China has been known as being a shit country in foreign conflicts. Yeah, that's just true. Don't they? Isn't it like not Vietnam? The Philippines, don't they harass a lot of like the countries near them for like their resources for like the waterways and whatnot? The Philippines and all those other countries. And basically everywhere they can. Intervention in Vietnam, intervention in Korea. U.S. gets nothing from this economically. Whereas people, the U.S. knew about camps such as Auschwitz for months before it intervened too. So wouldn't that be kind of, well, I don't know. I feel like that would argue against it then, right? Because like if it was using that as a context, but then sat there and waited, then wouldn't that be the case then that they don't like jump straight into like intervening somewhere? You didn't really comment on it, but Panama was just Colombia that U.S. started. We do like to start our coups for sure. Can I do? Oh yeah, I still have not gotten that thing to work yet. I'll have to fix that another time. They fought because Japan was retarded in attacking the U.S. They didn't fight because of the Auschwitz. They fought because Japan was retarded in attacking the U.S. Oh, is my thing triggering over here? And is that why some of these isn't coming through? Oh, the Autobot thing for like certain words being used. So that's what it was. Okay. Damn, you really gotta. That sucks. I have to sit there and I have to like pay attention to it. U.S. wasn't going to intervene. Probably. Let me hold on. We are about to transition to our next topic because it doesn't look. It looks like there's nothing else going on now with this. Let's see. We have intelligence analysis working from the field of Pittsburgh, working a few states to identify the individual who did this and any motives. Out of abundance conscious, they had to neutralize some packages, such as bags that had been left behind, which potentially could have been bombs. That work slowed down the initial investigation. He saw the gunman climb the roof of a building minutes before the shooting took place and tried to alert law enforcement. Investigators said they heard statements like this. Number of reports of suspicious activity. Specific response to this will all be part of the after action, but yes, law enforcement was spun in to check on several suspicious occurrences or taking photos, telephone, online, specific information. Yeah, so just typical stuff. Okay. The shooter is dead. Shots were fired. FBI identified the shooter. Matthew Crooks, witness on the ground, described the terror, chaos unleashed, sick and condemned to political violence. Showing a person on the roof, founder, blah 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 blah. Yeah, an assassination time. Oh yeah, then there's like that one Republican that's saying that Biden was the one that ordered the shot against Trump. Oh God, shit's crazy. Close enough to shoot. Yeah, no, all same stuff, so nothing new there. And locked behind a paywall. Paywall. Yeah, we already seen this. Cool. Named as gunman. Oof. Man. That's unconfirmed images. Blah 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 blah. Ripping through the skin. Scream and panic. Okay, yep. All same stuff. Nothing new here. What's this video?
Rachel Scott is back with us now. Rachel, you've been here.
Trump
since the
rally
beginning
eyewitness saw
tonight. We were talking to each other during
spectator
world
hit in the
news
head
as
by
the rally was
gunfire.
just getting underway, and you've been getting these terrific
Could you
stories
imagine
from
being one of those
local
guys that's just sitting
and
by
you're
and you
looking
watch
up
them
on
and you're sitting there right next to somebody who you seen his head get like just popped? That's gotta be crazy. They ain't going to no more rallies for sure. Okay, it looks like this stuff is officially slowing down now. So I'm mad that they pulled up this man's high school at a commencement. Trump mugshot collectible. These boys are crazy. Wait. Left-wing internet troll pretends to be Trump shooter. Thomas Anthony Crooks is not the shooter. He appears to be a left-wing troll who convinced New York Post to ID him as the shooter. Well, then how did the FBI sit there and say it? Like, what is see? Boy, fake news is just all on it today. All right, let's see what you got here. Still have nothing to respond to what I said to your bizarre statement on how China's government is way better than the U.S. Literally name about 15 instances that, yeah, but all you name was just the interventions. So, like, they don't intervene in, like, other countries. But, like, life there, right? If you sit there, you can't criticize the government or you're going to get got. If you're, don't they have all those Muslims and like, those special camps, special, like, sweatshops, right? It's crazy because we stopped letting them use children to make those Nike shoes. Now we're going to... Like, I'm pretty sure, what is it? Uzumar, what is it called? Muslim China camp. Yeah, the how the hell do you even pronounce this word? Uyghurs. How do you pronounce this? Pronounce the word. Uyghur. That's how you pronounce that? Uyghur? Jeez, that's terrible. Hold on, I gotta be right on this. Before I say it, Uyghur. That's crazy.
With so many choices
Really?
on
Why does that? See, this is why I hate the English language sometimes, man. It doesn't look nothing like it sounds. That's just crazy.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this part of China. These are a Turkic-speaking minority ethnic group, originating from and culturally affiliated with the general region of Central and East Asia.
All this talk.
China.
Uyghur. Oh, no.
China.
No, why does that sound too close to a different word? Oh my God, Uyghur. No, that's, bro. I can imagine a drunk person trying to say that, but they got too much N. The N at the beginning of that word when they try to say it. Uyghur. Oh my God. Oh, and look, and it even comes up on my screen. Oh my God, that's crazy. Uyghur. That is wild. Okay, well now we know. Yes, but isn't these boys like in their camps in China? Camps, China, right? Intermittent camps have been described as the most sustainable China's inhumane policies against Uyghurs. I don't know. I'm gonna just say them. I don't even want until I feel better about the word. The camps were established in 2017. Held most heavily jailed group in the world, right? Yeah, because like especially if you try to come into China with like any other type of culture, yeah, like you get shut down pretty quickly if I'm not mistaken. Ugh, sheesh. Yeah, Definitely going to get got over there. American government is often seen as objectively better in its democratic system, which allows for greater political freedom and citizens' participation. In the U.S., people have the right to vote for their leaders, express their opinions freely, and engage in open debates about policies. This contrasts with China's more centralized and controlled political structure, where such freedoms are more restricted, has made them, from time to time again, a terrible country. It is indicative of U.S. sentiment with world country, though the many videos of American unable to name countries. Yes, they can't. Hell, like you got people that can't even name the states, name all the states in the US, or name, like, I think it was like 10 states in the US, whatever. And then, like, there's that famous videos, those videos where they name 3 countries around the world, and they can never, and it can't be one from, like, it can't be a country that you're from, and then they just fail to be able to do it. Yeah, no, I would say that we do a really shitty job education wise. I haven't seen any administration, Republican or Democratic, that has sat there and, like, focused on the education system like they should. I'll be more than happy to say that for sure. The U.S. underperforms in practically every sector and health metric. Yeah, probably. I don't know about every sector, but health metric for sure, because we don't have any proper regulations of the chemicals, right? Isn't it? I think somebody was telling me that in other countries, you have to prove something is safe before you can give it to consumers. And in the US, you have to prove that it's unsafe to take it away from consumers. I think is with of course exceptions of certain obvious industries like healthcare. It's like what healthcare and anything to do with children, I think, has the actual testing requirements. But if you was doing things like you was making a new perfume or something like that, yeah, you're kind of, yeah, it's just all up in the air. Still hasn't named how. I don't even know where you want to sit there and look. Can we debate? Can we debate this? School is ass. Type if is this so? Well, health is ass. Work ethic is ass. Wait, but. So, I mean, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna be fair, right? Health and work ethic doesn't really have anything to do with the U.S. government, though, right? You're just talking about more about the people than you are the actual government, though. 40% of U.S. adults are obese, right? That's still more of a people problem than it is a government problem, right? Like, being free and then being allowed to actually have your choices. If you want to sit there, you want to go for like the bad foods and the bad decisions. Now granted, there is some like other side of that where like some things just are a bit more forced and whatnot, but I mean outside of that, none of that is necessarily indicative of a bad of the U.S. government being crappy compared to others. Healthcare industry is so fucked up. Well, yeah, healthcare. Now the healthcare is just healthcare is an issue that the U.S. I would say fell very horribly on, but that's just the problem with having like a free and open government and industry. Really, if it was a dictatorship and then they could easily enact like a universal healthcare, then everybody would be straight. But obviously that wouldn't that wouldn't mesh very well with our constitution. Discord server and join the VC. Oh, did you drop the Discord link? Sure. Yeah, it's still controlled. Let me open up my Discord here. Let us open up the Discord. What am I looking at? Such an important thing. Healthcare is very important. Why is my Discord taking forever to load up? Jesus Christ. There we go. Now let's go ahead. Because I forgot I don't be having the application open sometimes on this computer. It's on my other computer. But oh, and you know something? Right here, right? Because I'm going to most certainly have to... Oh, you know what? I could just do this on the other computer so that I won't have to go through this. Well, yeah, I'm not even going to open it on here. Y'all give me a second here. I am going to... Let me close it. Yeah, I'm just opening it up on my stream computer over here. This is what I'm supposed to actually have it open on anyway. And of course, here we are with. I have to connect to it like so. Okay, I am connected, and let me get my Discord open now. Right here. That way I don't have to go through all that trouble later. Oh, my thing stopped moving. Let me move it back. Yet still controlled by stockholders. Yeah, it's the entire country, not just the government. Yeah, but I thought your argument though was about the government, saying that the government is shitty, not that the American people. America is often seen as having one of the best work ethics due to its strong cultural emphasis on individual achievements and the American dream. This idea promotes the belief that anyone can succeed through hard work and determination. Additionally, the competitive nature of the American economy encourages innovation and productivity, pushing people to strive for exit careers. So you know, this is absolutely true, and this is why like there's so much why so much innovation does come out of the U.S. after all. That's the most very much. Right. I mean, but you can't argue that like a lot of innovation and a lot of technology and stuff has came out of the U.S. versus the other countries. During this, let's have a discussion. Healthcare, like is blah blah blah. It says how many people are happy about that. Let's go. Hold on, I am almost. Oh, can I actually just link this? Oh, it's already. Oh, cool. It's already got me in it without a problem. Nice. Can I? No, won't let me. Hold on, I am almost there. Yeah, bear with me a moment. Bro, why is this thing acting so crazy for me right now? Send a server invite to. Oh yeah, and so now that I have that right, I could just as easy now just go ahead. There we go. That's in there. All right, now let's actually move on and let's actually check something else here. There's no competition from 99%. Okay, what are you guys actually? Let's see. That's just a few tech people. A few tech people are sitting there. Okay, if that's what you want to believe. That's prices from different body parts in the U.S. has prices for different body parts in its insurance company. Insurance is wild for sure. And why many people immigrate here? That's just a few tech people. How many people from China are coming here? Not ordinary citizens. Renaissance explained the number of these people coming here in fear of China's lack of freedom. Those who really work hard in America have a lot of mobility in their income class. Because I already have my iPad like a hugging her just probably. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna let's see. Immigration statistics. Yes, right. Can I email the construction? I want to know immigration statistics to U.S. by country. Okay, let's see. Oh, is this gonna give me the same one? Oh, Jesus Christ! So I have to actually look. Okay, I guess I'm going to look. Can I search? No, not gonna let me. I guess not. Well. Move. There we go. Top countries of origin for immigrants. We got Mexico, India, 4% in China, 4.4% in China, Philippines, 3.1% in El Salvador. I wonder if this is like actual like actual direct links, or if like these people are being funneled through Mexico into immigration. Because I'm trying to think of like how else would they get their statistics? Be interesting. So I'm hurt. How else the conversation be ready to back up your claim? I mean, hey, like you know, making general statements without any data to actually back it up, because everything you're picking out is only like just indicative of just like a population. It has nothing to do with like what the government is offering to the population versus like what a government like China would be offering to its population. Shit, like for the longest time you could only have one child in China, and I understand they relaxed that, but that just goes to show you, like, if you talk about like, comparison for just like freedoms and the things that the government actually allows its people to do, for better or worse, and the U.S. can't be beat. And it's in bad faith, but I would love to have this conversation. Entire country of China compared to U.S. You know something? That's actually China versus U.S. What do I want to say? What do I want to say? Quality of life versus China versus U.S. Let's go with quality of life, right? Because a lot of that's supported by the government, right? Here's China. Okay, here we go, right? So, strategic international studies. And almost universally believed that the United States and China are locked in strategic competition. If ever proportions. Jesus, I was talking compared to U.S. Hassan Piker fans I've dealt with. It was honor for those folks to meet me and have them spam report my account. Also, China's economy is up and coming still. Yeah, but I'm about to dispel all that in just a moment, right? China's future population age. Right? My understanding is like, as nice as, look, if China was able to keep up what they were doing, they were in a good position to surpass the US. I mean, just at the simple fact that they just have like 3-4 times the population of the US country. Like there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to if you do all the right things. The problem is, right, is that once this continues to drop, and once these people here, where is that, man? Once these people here start to get hella old, their entire economic output is going to be significantly cut. Everything they're going to see, human lost the most of their population in 2015 to 2020. What is this? What is this I'm even reading? I was trying to make a point, but where is the age? Just show me the goddamn age. That's what I actually clicked on this link for. Wow, it's really shrinking labor pool results in mounting fiscal. So here we go, right? So, and this is Japan, right? Right now, a lot of countries, but China especially, is dealing with a really serious issue where their population, right? Remember, they have over 1 billion people, and they're not producing as much babies these days. And what's going to happen is that the 1 billion people are going to get older and older, and they're not going to be as functioning as a younger generation is able to do economic output while also caring for the older generation, right? So then what happens, right? Then you're going to get this massive strain. You're going to get this massive strain on the government and its whole economic capacity, right? To be able to support its people as well as try to like figure something out. And it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work unless they figure something out about their immigration or population spin, right? I wish I had a better graph. There's a better graph where I don't know why I can't find it. Right? The population is dropping and they're not having as much babies, and so like all these old people are just going to get older. It's just the takeaway from among countries with the most skewed sex ratio at birth. Let's see. China accounted for 51% of the world's missing females due to sex selective abortion. Oh yeah, that's right, because they had that one child policy, so they was they, they were aborting the shit out of those babies. It was crazy. What you guys in there? Brave win. That's not true. What's not true? Culture is completely different. Revolution War, Civil War, World War II, Civil Rights Movement, 9/11 response, supporting Taiwan, Ukraine, Israel, 1 million dead in Iran. 1 million dead in Iran from what? World War II didn't intervene until no choice left with attack by Japan, right? And this is why now we intervene everywhere, right? Right? Then we didn't intervene like that in before World War I, before World War II. I know I said that earlier. There are rapidly aging population, right? This is their biggest problem. By 2100, China appears poised to roughly double its dependency ratio. The portion of its population that is outside working age, either ages 0 to 14 or ages 65 and older, compared with the portion that is working age 15 to 64. This is even true in the UN's low variant projections. In fact, based on the UN's middle of the road estimate, there would be more Chinese people outside the working age population than in it, right? A dependency ratio of, is that 101.1 or is that 101 to 1? 101 to 1 is wild. Renaissance. China sucks. China does. I mean, look, there's just no way to just get around it. China, like this, China is just not. China, there's just no comparison for China to the U.S. I'm sorry, right? Like, it just, like, you might be able to nitpick like these onesies, twosies of things, but like overall, especially if you just go, if you're stacking government to government, it definitely isn't a comparison. And then just everything else, like, you know, you got your ones there, your ones there. Let's see what you guys got. They just. Soldiers from let's see, go back up. China sucks. Right? Soldiers from US don't even fight. Soldiers from US don't even fight is actually okay. So now you're just saying just whatever. Now at that point, they just send drones to give guns. No, we definitely have a whole infantry. We have a whole tank. Your tanks, your artillery. They are very active in those fields. Your reconnaissance, your cavalry. They play quite a huge role in places where we're not in active war, right? Where we don't have like an actual foot presence. We tend to use like a lot of the drones and missile strikes. I'll give you that. But like, and all the places where there's conflict, them boys get them with the boots on the ground. They get active for sure. I could definitely say that. U.S. sucks. Thanks. What do you know about China government though? What do I know about China government? About what specifically? Because what I don't know, I could just look up. Right? We know the whole schema of the Chinese government compared to like other nations around the world. Isn't it? Hell, even the shit that they did in Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong is a perfect example of that, right? You got Hong Kong relatively chill and stuff, and then once the British gave that up back to the China, right? Then the Chinese government start cracking down on it, right? Oh, you got these freedoms? Not anymore, right? I'm pretty sure that was hella recent. Was that like a couple of years ago? They barely do anything. Yeah, because we're not in an active war situation, but like. I assure you that they most certainly get active. U.S. gives weapons, as a matter of fact, and then like, you got all the other actual like humanitarian stuff they do, like the Ukraine, like with the ship thing, or that stuff over there. I forgot what it's called, right? You got all your intelligence agencies that operate in all the other countries and stuff. No, there's a lot of human capital, human soldier capital being used around the world. U.S. gives weapons when you do. Okay, Chinese women are ugly and can't drive. That's crazy. What do you know about the Chinese people think about their government? Don't say that. That is a warning. China women are sexy. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean they don't like it. Struggle with their human rights issue. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I don't even know what they even say, right? Like that's like. That's like saying like what's your call like in Russia, right? That people that don't like Putin, they're like free to just sit there and say whatever they want and they don't have to worry about it, right? But because like nobody says anything about Putin, Putin, is that even how you say it? Is it Putin? That sounds like Putin. Putin. I don't even know how to even say the guy's name right anymore. How do you pronunciation? Putin. It's Putin.
Putin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, English language is a very hard concept for sure. But Putin, right? Because like obviously anybody that wants to be critical, don't they have laws? Don't the Chinese have laws that like if you're critical that you get don't you get hemmed up? China law on talking bad about government. And don't the Chinese have a social credit score system too? If I'm not mistaken, talking bad about government, right?
You triggered my trap card!
Yeah, this is the Chinese like public disorder. No one pays attention to it. Let's see, say you have to take in the action starting right. Wait. What is this even? I don't even understand what that even says. Yes and no. People complain about the Avatar. They complain about it online on WeChat. Yes, we know this. Anti-corruption campaign. All government organs now have anti-corruption mailboxes. Can file corruption complaints. It's the official website, government. You can write down your complaints, criticisms, suggestions. Nowadays, you can complain on social media as well. Leave comments. I personally get a criticism once in a while. I think they even sent me a text message. Thank me for my comments. So far, my comments on the website, they fixed the bumpy road that I drove on every day. It's legal to criticize harsh. Can you be to the government? I remember one time a case about my pipe work in my community. It was pending for so long. I went mad and left some comments like, you know what? I don't want that pipe to work to be done anymore. Just tell me where you spent our money. I demand a refund. Okay, this is not finding me what I want. Okay, you boys are actually really working. Let me see what you're doing. Start with that's part of China. That's a part of China. Censorship. You are so brainwashed. Authoritarianism. Literally no clue what they live there. Which you don't deny. Literally just saying stuff from you clowns. That's not even politics. Learn a different word. You boys are really fighting over here. You should see what he say. The left is obsessed with race and gender. Yeah, left does exemplify race and gender quite a bit. This is true. I denied his message when he said hug your sister and go eat McDonald's, which leads to a ban, and he calls other people brainwashed. China Love was okay, just back up your claims and not call us brainwash. You're right about China's social credit store stuff. Yeah, like I know it wasn't crazy. Like the social credit thing from China is wild. It's a perfect example, like what I'm talking about, in regards to that. Bro, why is let's see. Hold on. I got to close this here, so it's not. All right, cool. They sometimes have a hero complex, which I will not deny. Yep. To what extent are Chinese allowed to criticize this? Let's look at the Chinese. I'm just curious. Chinese credit score, right? Chinese social credit score. Right? Just imagine, right? Because with the facial recognition, first off, their facial recognition must be great. I'm not trying to stereotype, but the fact that their facial recognition is able to distinguish between so many people like that, that's kind of impressive. So if people start jaywalking, they know exactly who to give negative credit scores. It's it's wild. To me, it's kind of wild. You gotta give credit where credit's due. I'm sorry. And sometimes let's see. I'm an omni-liberal. Hello, that's true. Yeah. I mean, but it's the truth though, bro. Like I just sit there like that AI system. That shit's the truth. Let's see. This is like back in 2022. All right, I'm gonna give one more search for like the Trump shooter thing, see if anything new came up, and then we're just gonna move on to the next thing. Okay. So wait, what's the guy's name again? This is Matthew Crooks. What we know. This is new. I haven't seen this. Let's see. Oh yeah, then I also gotta do X too, right? Should look at X. I just want to see if there's anything new just came up. Trump. Oh, actually, I should try to search. I should try searching the man's name directly on X now. Now that we actually have it. Crooks, right? Hold on. I'm just curious if we get anything new to come up. Bush slide, people died. Now that's funny. If that's true that he was actually a registered Republican, that's kind of crazy. Oh wait, yeah, didn't they have his voter registration? Wait, didn't they have his registration thing? Wasn't that what we was looking at? Hold on. Wasn't that what we was looking at? Bro, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, there's no way. Oh yeah. Yeah, he was a Republican. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. He didn't even want to join the circle. Yeah, like all Hassan's fans, I should have been like earlier. Do you want to witness China's government? Man, that's wild, bro. This is wild. My man was a registered Republican. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. Bro, these bro, AI needs to hurry up and come so I could just have my stuff pause. I ain't mean to say it that way, but I need these things to be like just translated automatically. I mean, that's definitely him, but where did this photo come from? I don't understand where this photo of this guy came from. Whew. Don't want to look at that. Unless I gets kicked off. Ooh, man. Well, hold on. Let me just move that up a little bit. Wait, is this okay? Let me move this over here real quick. Hold on. He made a video saying, I hate Republicans. He man's a registered Republican and hate Republicans. That's some internal hatred type stuff right there. I just gotta make sure because I don't know if it's what's safe stream wise and what isn't. So the death videos the death stuff I have to actually like just kind of like peel off real quick. Yep, see, because it's definitely got a lot of it. He was coached and messed with the blah blah blah. And okay, yeah, no, nothing good out of that one. So I'm gonna actually go back now and bring it back on stream. No, it was just a bunch of just the photos of him being dead. Okay, here we go. This one's new. Daddy gets the theater to himself. That's Jew gazing. That can't be his Twitter account. Is that? Okay, let's see. Registered Republican failed to assassinate Trump. By the way, love what you did with the stream. Don't say, appreciate it. I know I've been working as much as I can, but with that hair and he looks feminine. Foreskin. Oh, foreskin is wild to say. All right. I'm dying. Let's see. This cameraman was on it, bro. Oh my gosh, man. Not sure where the alleged picture of the crooks originated, but the ears are not in any way similar to the picture of the shooter leaked. I mean, I'm not a medical person, so I have no idea. Has been so excited to see more of this guy. Oh, Crush on Crooks, right? I just wanted to see. I'm just looking to see. I'm just looking to see if there's any just new information just come out. The fact that this man's just a registered Republican is crazy. And then he pulled up this man's high school photo. Jeez. Crazy thing is that like he was so close. Imagine the headlines: a registered Republican assassinates the Republican candidate. It was just wild. I don't see. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much left really to go. This account is private. Anti-fascist. Is this the guy? I mean, those ears do look pretty similar. Maybe that was like an old photo that they pulled up. I don't know. Oh wait, is this his Instagram or something? This looks like this is actually Instagram. I think this actually is Instagram. Well, ain't nobody getting up in there now. Damn, why did this man? Oh, he was following. Man was following a hell of a lot of people. Oh no! Why they doing this man like that? Oh no! Oh no! What in the Thomas Matthew Crooks Hasberg draw is this hot mess inbreed? That's wow. Oh my god, that's so wild. Oh god. What else? What else? What else? These boys is just roasting this man. Maxwell Urick. Maxwell Urick. That's a new name. Hold on. We got a new name, guys. Let's see. Maxwell. Yeah. Oh, look. See, Google already sees it. He actually, I don't know if you saw the death photos. Maybe this is the actual guy who pleaded guilty in connection with a police altercation during an anti-Trump protest almost a year ago. It's a 3 to 12 months in jail. Is the shooter? Oh, so we got a new name now. Oh, so it wasn't this other guy. Many months ago, it was reportedly involved in violent Antifa protests in Seattle that involved by clashes with law enforcement and property damage. Oh, Jesus. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that death photo actually matches. Pittsburgh police detective suffered minor injuries. Of course, they throw, like, who he voted for. 17-year-old Rose began with a burglary. Blah, blah, blah. They're going all through this man. Oh, well, might as well read his history, see what's going on. So I guess I shouldn't skip it. When he was 17 years old, Maxwell Urick's woes began with a burglary at a convenience store where surveillance footage allegedly showed him stealing cash and merchandise. Pittsburgh, PA. Urick joined a rally condemning police brutality, advocating for systemic reforms. He assaulted a police officer and an elderly woman who had MAGA stickers on her. Man. During a large-scale protest against then-President Donald Trump, Urick voiced opposition to administration policies. I'm just wondering how the FBI got him wrong, because wasn't the FBI that identified, or was the news agencies making it up just so that they could just put a name out? That's actually kind of interesting. I'd have to figure out how the hell did the FBI get that wrong. Urick participated in a march advocating for civil rights amidst escalating tensions. Why is word so hard today? Tensions. With counter-protesters. At a rally against racial injustice, Urick's presence underscores solidarity for marginalized communities. However, reports say he tried to sexually assault a girl wearing a red shirt. That is a really grammatically weird thing here. Urick joined demonstrations demanding justice for George Floyd amid incidents of property damage by rioters. Okay, so he seems to be... Oh, there. Oh, did you throw a... Is Hassan talking about it? Link it and we'll play it. Yeah, we'll play it for sure. You got Hassan talking. I would actually be curious what somebody like him would be saying about it. Probably some crazy left wing stuff. Urick protested against ICE policies, reflecting widespread concerns over immigration enforcement. So it seems like this guy was like really involved in like a lot of like activist type stuff, and he was slowly going over there to to the extremes. I remember some kid in Destiny's chat said this, and he got banned. Oh, funny. Well, this is hot off the press here. Jesus Christ, man. Damn death photos. But then Destiny proceeded to watch the song getting triggered. Huh. Here's an archive news article regarding the case of Maxwell Urich. Who is this? Scroll down. Never get outside. Please take this down. It's not the right person. Wrong. Take it down. Is Maxi Cruz? Is this incorrect? We got to keep looking. I'm a little bit confused now. This was back in 2017. Here we go. Now we're going to TikTok. Yes, we've seen all of this already. Oh, hold on. What was that at the end? There we go. 3 people were hauled off in handcuffs following the chaos briefly. Wait, there was 3 people? I didn't hear about this. Arrest 3 people at Trump rally. 3 people were hauled off in handcuffs following the chaos that briefly erupted outside Donald Trump's campaign rally downtown on Wednesday night. Dismantling. Yeah, no, I don't know what that guy was. What that guy was sitting there doing, but which reminds me too, because you random, but I never actually even got to hear. Okay, hold on 1 second. I have to. Oh, can't do it there. I'm gonna just put it on my notes. I'm gonna have to do it later. I have got to like edit that so I can actually hear it when it happens. All right. Well, as Maxwell an hour ago. Shooter as Maxwell Urich. His source was 4chan. FBI just said it's crooks. Okay, so I was right. So FBI. I can't imagine the FBI getting it wrong. So. Facial hair and eyebrows match crooks. I get gauges in my ears tomorrow and see them up Tuesday if I wanted to. It means nothing. Oh yeah. See, that's why I didn't even like comment too much on this guy. I don't know like medically like how the ear thing works. But okay. So we're not crazy. So it is just the Thomas guy. Photo looked convincing, but yeah, because they were staying on this. This is Tyler Crooks and not Maxwell Urich. The corpse has the same exact ear. The gauge scars is simply blood stains. Ah. Damn, did they really pull up this man's? God, bro, they got this man's high school pic. Voice chat. Yeah, you can join the voice chat if you want. Sure. No, he was cool, but never had any extreme viewers like that. Nah. That's crazy. Hold on. I have to. Although, what I don't know how to do is. How do I. Can I go like this? Okay, yeah, I can. Well. I'm actually drawing a blank at how exactly I'd sit there and, like, isolate the audio so you hear it, but it don't duplicate. Well, no, I think it would do. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't matter. No, never mind. Scratch what I said about that. But yeah, no, this is crazy that they found this man's they found this man's yearbook photo. This is wild. The internet. Good Jesus, man. The internet be on it. I don't even feel like even looking. Take. Blah, 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 blah. Well, okay. Well, I was going to throw him a bone, but since this is the actual guy, the fact that he's just a registered Republican is just kind of wild. Wait, you think he's a trans guy? I don't think, I don't, there's no way. Where's this high school photo at? Nah. Yeah, it's like it's just like a regular God, what is it? There's bro, what is it? What is it? What is it? These things. It's these things. Eh? Look. This is definitely it. These gotta be it, right? This shape right here. This is what I look at. This is what I see when I'm seeing this. This is definitely what I see when I see this, for sure. Well, that's like it's so perfect. It is. It's so perfect though. What these are Halloween candies. Okay, the Halloween candies. Yes, that's what I could not think of for the life of me. I could not think of the name of it, bro. But hold on. Can I isolate this? Can I open image in new tab? I've got to isolate this real quick. Bro, like, it's just, of course. Let me open the image. Open this image in a new tab. Yeah. That's definitely, bro, come on. You cannot say that this is not like a 1-to-1 comparison right here. That's like you know, like it's like comparing apples to apples, like for sure. Like the accuracy is like just spot on. It is so spot on. Jesus Christ, man. I knew I wasn't crazy. I was like, bro, it's got to be like a famous candy that I just can't think of. I need to close these other tabs here. Okay, let's let me close on. Just want to close some of this. I don't think I need any of this. All right, yeah, I don't need none of this. I can just close that. Oh yeah, and I have to close this video now. But yeah, like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like sometimes like the gene lottery just holds you. Sometimes it really does. I like my heart goes out to like everybody that may be affected in the same similar way. Just know not all hope is lost. You can I've seen people do like great things with it. Like even that, like he doesn't even look that bad. It's just, you know, especially if he was like, you know, like do some neck exercises, pause. But like if you you know, like maybe like try to like lengthen the neck a bit. Oh, what's that? The anti-mewing or mewing thing? Like, well, no, you already got a lot of chin. You probably don't want to do that. But and then like, you know, bulk up and something, like you could drastically change your appearance and you can look good. You can look good. But yeah, the gene lottery just sometimes it just gets people, you know. But hope is never lost. I'm telling you, there's always something you can do. Always something you can do to like upgrade and you know, get yourself looking right. Well, there has got to be. Is there anything? Yeah. This to me is just wild. I gotta like this one because this was a good one. They really like the fact that this man's Western Republic just the most shocking thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, is it pause? Okay, cool. Yeah, they found this man in high school. YouTube before they take it down. Why would they wouldn't take something like this down? Like, for no reason. Okay, why did he have to be? He's not that. I mean, look, he's not that ugly. I'm gonna be actually fair. Look, all jokes aside, he's actually not that bad. At least at the high school. At the high school, he I mean, like, I wouldn't be around during Halloween, but like, I wouldn't say he looked bad at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I don't know. I don't even know what the even words I even want to try to like put together on this. He ain't bad. Is it even here, right? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I put him at like somewhere around like a 4 to 5, right? You know, ain't that what he do? Like, he's like a 4. That side mug makes him look like a 3. The side thing does make him look like 3, but like, you know, like you know what I'm saying? Like, he could, you know, maybe if he even cut his hair or something too, you know, he probably. My man was hella confident too. When he did this video, he was hella confident. I want to know, like, when did this video come out? When did he make this video? They've gotta. I hope the FBI at least put details on that. Like, when did he make that? Was that like day before, day of? And then he had to schedule to upload the post. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much of anything else. I guess the only thing I'll just sit there and look at. What's this? Most of the day calling the shooter an incel liberal and blaming it on the left. It turns out it was a Republican all along. You know something? We need to go on YouTube. We need to go on YouTube. Oh yeah, his browse. Oh my god, his browsing history has probably got to be just atrocious. I can only imagine all kinds of like what? If I had to guess, like what was somebody like him? What would his browsing history have in it? I'm thinking here. I actually can't think of that. I can't think of anything that wouldn't be like too obvious, right? Like what kind of illicit things this man was probably pulling up? Maybe like animal porn. I think animal porn would probably be kind of up there. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Oh, is this right here? Oh yeah, I saw this earlier. Oh yeah, the furry. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Bro, it kept getting in my mind. The furries. He might be. Well, nah. That'd be a business on all the furries. I don't think the furries would be quite like that guy. But he definitely probably be a contender. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer at that point. Oh man, he was just atrocious there. Destiny on Dream. Oh wait, Ben Shapiro testified in front of Congress? That actually happened? What was he testifying in front of Congress for? Is there any... Ooh, we should see what this guy's going to say. Sure. Let me see what this guy got.
Oh, why aren't they texting me back?
I recommend watching it 1.5 speed. I watched that video. It's great. You talk about the Ben Shapiro thing? Maybe. We'll see.
Rally. President Trump has been shot in a rally in Pennsylvania. The shooter appeared to be on a roof outside of the event, shot 5 times. I want to show you the video first. Let's watch.
Take a look at what happened.
My man's was inch of his life, man. It was crazy. Hold on. I think we're gonna just like do some video watching today.
So as you see there, the president seems to get hit around the neck or the ear. He grabs for his neck. It might be that the bullet ricocheted off of something else, and either the bullet hit him.
Oh, I thought I wasn't crazy. Why am I hearing an echo? Is that me? Why in the world am I hearing like such a... Y'all don't hear an echo, right?
Or a shrapnel hit him. That's why it's a superficial wound. What he's going to do next is going to be amazing, to be honest. Let's watch that.
Right here. This is my phone. Okay, I fixed it.
Watch out.
Wait.
Oh, is that about to be like? We have quite the rally cry. Quite the rally cry.
You see him there say, wait, to the Secret Service.
Wait.
Then it appears he says to the crowd, fight. He looks totally heroic. You got to be honest about it. You have to be objective about it. That's our job. Look, thank God he's alive. Shooting your political opponents is an act of submission, unilateral surrender, saying my ideas are too weak. I can't beat you politically. I've got to end you physically.
Oh yeah, corn candy. There you go.
Disaster. The
had
shooter
corn
is,
candy
of
in
course,
ages.
disgusting, both morally and, of course, politically. He's done nothing but terrible damage, and it is clearly an assassination attempt. 5 shots fired. BBC has an interview with an eyewitness that saw him on the roof with a rifle. It appears that this is now the best guess we have, that a bullet might have ricocheted or hit something else, and hence.
Okay, so he's just talking about just what happened. Oh yeah, bro.
Right,
when they were saying this, I was like, bro, these boys
America,
are just
if you're
wild.
watching this, we were half an inch away from a possible civil war. The last time.
I never understood why exactly these people, these guys want a civil war and want like an actual conflict to happen so bad. I don't understand why people on our side do this so much. Like that's the first thing you jump to. Like I am highly confident that if this man, and then it would have been crazy. And then the crazy thing is that the man was a registered Republican who tried to kill him, right? Right, but like, let me see what you guys are. Say it with me, brothers and sisters. We the people. My slogan as a future politician. Ever took the I side with Tess? I have not. I side with Tess, Charles? No, I have not. That's what I'm saying. I think extreme left do it all the time. Yeah, I think I do. But like, it's so ingrained that I see so often. Like these people on our side just sit there on our right side, man. Like I don't understand like why like civil war and conflict is just the very first thing these people like just jump straight to. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that, and that's why for the other Republican candidates, right? It couldn't be that we can beef up the border, we can do this and that, drugs, all that stuff. No, we got to go straight to a military conflict with Mexico because we can't seem to figure out how to like handle things in any other fashion besides like some actual like violence. It's crazy.
I looked up right now. There was an assassination attempt on the president. Was March 30th of 1981, if I'm not mistaken. March 30th of 1981, which was on Ronald Reagan. We just had an assassination attempt on the president. Probably less than an hour ago, give or take. They tried to character assassinate him. It failed. They tried to deplete his savings. It failed. They tried to do whatever they could to silence him. That failed, where he could only campaign once a week because it was Wednesdays. And there's only one attempt left. And we've been talking about them needing to double down on private military contractors to protect the president. But this man loves people too much. He can't prevent himself from being around the people. Rob, can we show the clip of what happened? And we got a bunch of other clips to show you guys. But let's start off with the clip, Rob, that everybody around the world, it stopped the world. This one clip. Go ahead, Rob.
How to open your car door while submerged underwater.
Ads.
Two shots are coming from this side.
Okay. Well, yeah, because my show's all destroyed over here.
Rob, do you have the clip of afterwards him getting up on a open mic saying, "Let me put my shoes on"? Is this it? He's bleeding right there.
Look at this boss.
Blood on his ear. You can tell. By the way, the cut is such a. You can see the shot like cut. You understand? Like they missed him by this. By the way, that goes half an inch. You're done. Okay. I mean, it's game over. And so you get Rob. Do you have a picture of him actually showing the cut on the side? There's pictures of Trump on the side. I don't know if you have it or not. It's all over the internet for everybody that's watching this. There's a few things that we have to keep in mind. In moments like this, obviously, you're going to see fundraising go to the roof tomorrow. You're going to see types of money raised like never before. Within minutes of this happening, this is the first time Musk has ever said this. Musk tweets out, if you go to Elon Musk's Twitter account, Rob, just go to his Twitter account and look at his last 3 tweets. Look what Elon Musk, okay, with the amount of followership and influence that he has, he just tweeted this a few minutes ago. I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery. Look at the number of likes in 36 minutes. 524,000 likes. Look at the number of views. 15 million views. This post by Elon Musk could go down as the most liked tweet of all time and the most popular tweet of all time. What we're watching right now could go down as a full-on, Adam just texted something right now saying the presidency is over, meaning Trump is getting elected. Mark my words, he just won the election. And I said, you have to be alive to win the election. And the goal now is protection, security, doubling down on all that stuff. Tom, your thoughts when you saw this and your reaction? I got a bunch of other thoughts, but I want to kind of...
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't even after like the first debate why that there wasn't no real difference in the polls? Like, sure, like the initial the initial uproar where people like clamoring about like joining or like saying Biden has to go and stuff like that didn't actually like translate to more people supporting Trump though. So like even with this assassination attempt, I actually kind of doubt that we're even going to see that we would even see any real change to support numbers.
Have your
honestly
on what's your takeaway so far?
I've been watching the live news aftermath, and there's apparently an image of a that's claiming to be a shooter, and there's several accounts that are on Twitter, hundreds of thousands of followers, reputable citizen journalists, and so were the first 3 pops at the president, and then the remaining pops, security services taking down the shooter in the crowd and then smothering the president. So I think that's the feeling I'm getting here. But what do I feel about this? I am angry. I am angry that someone would make an attempt. I am angry. If you want to talk about defending democracy in America, let the people vote. That's how you defend democracy in America. And I'm a little annoyed because I feel like the Trump campaign has been maybe almost too confident and almost too trusting of the citizen. And they need to be taking this absolutely seriously. They need to be taking it beyond seriously. We called it on the podcast, and that's my reaction right now. I'm angry. I'm frustrated, and I'm just like, do you get it now? We have to defend democracy. This is what we're defending democracy from.
Vinny.
Well, Pat, before I get, because I'm furious in the car. I was freaking turning red, and even Alpert, the chef was like, "Dude, are you okay?" I just want to give you guys an update. There's a video of the body of the shooter being removed. Some reports are saying that he's an Antifa member. There's a photo of him with glasses and a dark shirt. It's unconfirmed, but I just sent to Rob a video. Also, PBD.
See, that was definitely the first thing. So Musk definitely vote for. Yeah, probably. I'm sure Trump. I'm sure Musk is probably going to vote for Trump. Which I find interesting. Doesn't Trump want to take away 230? Isn't that? Am I not crazy on that? On that, right? Doesn't Trump want to take away Trump? Isn't it called Section 230 stance? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't he want to like? Don't they want to like take like? It's so confusing and just conflicting. Like how much meat riding people like these people do, because it's like I don't understand. Like if you're now the head and owner of Twitter. Twitter was doing very poorly fiscally speaking, because you had all your investors, all your advertisements that ran away. The last thing you need is for now Section 230 to get repealed, and now you need to increase your manpower and increase your efforts, right? It's going to be a business cost to sit there and start policing up things on your platform, because now you as a platform can be sued, which why would people not sue you, right? It's just free money. That's crazy. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know why people just, I don't know why people do that, but hey, each their own, I suppose. Okay, I don't have any titanium. This is not, I don't like that I don't have any titanium though. There's gotta be there has gotta be something. Oh yeah, let me just go put it right back.
Kenneth P. Vogel tweeted something a couple days ago that said, Biden told...
Like I said before, people don't understand, like a civil war in today's times is not going to play out how they think. Like, as a matter of fact, I think he even said something like that, because I've seen like a portion of this before.
Trump in the bullseye. Let's be honest, okay?
But like anybody that thinks that a state is going to be able to successfully secede from the U.S. without the U.S. forcibly taking it back. I think one state or even 4 states is going to be able to like actually militarily compete with the full might of the federal government. You're out your mind.
From 2016 to where we are right now, the big boy conference that they had of Joe Biden, they just realized all these donors are getting rid of the money. Clooney, everybody's backing out. They know the only way, because Biden's not leaving. The only way to do it, Pat, and you've been calling it, we've been saying it, is to kill him. Okay, and thank God, it didn't happen, because what they want.
Oh, what the Destiny actually? I don't think I'm following Destiny on X. Did he tweet something? Throw the link. Cause actually I might be able to find if I just search Destiny, does his name even come up? Oh yeah, here we go. The Omni Liberal. Here we go. Oh yeah, you already did it. Cool. A trained marksman who was firing from a prone position who couldn't hit essentially a stationary target and aimed for the head instead of center mass. What a great conspiracy theory. What a great conspiracy view you got there. What is this? What is it? Hold on. Let me look at this one. Tristan Tate. Ah, of course, Tristan Tate. Hell yeah. A trained marksman with a few seconds tops to aim was so accurate he hit the man's ear. They was not a lone crazy gunman. Ignore the MSN. This was a professional. What? That's oh Jesus Christ. I wonder if anybody's gonna say anything about this man being just like some random Republican guy. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I was saying. Like, the man was definitely under pressure. Like, what saved the president was definitely the Secret Service sniper, because the guy had to have rushed that shot. Someone just said on CNN that both sides need to tone down the rhetoric. Asserted there's no Democrat or liberal equivalent to the nonstop incitement of violence. Maybe it's the result of him repeatedly acting like a dictator. Or repeatedly comparing him to Hitler. So that's why he got somebody tried to assassinate him. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's not too much really to really say that. Like I said, like, it's definitely not. I don't know why. I don't know why people or just want to they want some shattery conspiracy government so bad. They want this big shattery cabal that's like secretly, that's probably like ran by the Jews. I'm pretty sure they imagine Jews probably running this stuff is what I had to guess. Like, is like whatever like crazy conspiracy that you can just think of that they're just gonna latch to, that's just what they're gonna do. That is exactly just what they're gonna do. Why is my Twitch thing over here? I don't need that over here. And it's just so sad, bro. Why? Oh, because I gotta do this, don't I? Yes, I do. There we go. What do you think about people who make who make it up? I mean, like, they ain't got nothing better else to do. Clearly, I don't know why they. I don't know why they sit there and they go through. I don't know why they sit there and they just like waste their time like just making stuff like that up. It is just kind of crazy. Okay, what I need to do is I need to put protection here. This is what I need. I need actual protection on this side so that we don't have this issue again. So let me see. Obviously for the view, well, I mean, the views is one thing, but like some of those people actually really believe that stuff. Like the stuff that they sit there and they fabricate. Like I promise you, Tate isn't sitting there and saying that man's a trained marksman just for the sake of the views. He's trying to imply that there's just like, an actual like organization, some deep state organization, whatever is like the insert common boogeyman person here that tried to assassinate the president. That's just all it is. And it's just always, and then the worst part is it's always regurgitated, right? It's just there, and then it just sits there and it gets regurgitated to like all these other people, and then they all act like they're not sheep. That's the thing that pisses me off the most. The thing that pisses me off the most is that these people act like they're not sheep. They sit there, act like they're independent thinkers and everything, and it's just so crazy that you think the same way as this guy and this guy and this guy, right, that sit there all saying all these things that don't show nothing to back it up.
To be fighting and killing each other. If he was killed tonight, nobody's going to sleep.
Which is why I want to do the Tates do this, just so they could continue to be known. Probably.
Be taken to the streets and going
They
crazy.
just
It's going to be left versus right, and I just hope this
they-
wakes everybody
they-
up. It's them.
They just want to be the people that sit there and like they're hoping for the day where they're like, oh yeah, see, I told you, like, you know, there was just some shadowy organization, or there's just fun people that just think like them, that happen to be also like high earning status or high earners, right? And so they could just sit there and just mesh and just like, you know, sword fight, whatever it is. It's all just like just
And Trump
gross.
said democracy. We're a constitutional, we're a republic, okay? When you say I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic, not the democracy. To the
Exactly.
republic. And I hope this wakes everybody up. All these left morons, Obama, Hillary, all that rhetoric, all that shit talking, all that Hitler talk, this is what we get. This is what you get. An assassination attempt. So guess what? I want to introduce everybody to the 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Period. Done deal.
Yeah. And by the way, it's interesting because you know, a lot of people, Tom, feel the way like you do, and your emotional reaction to it. Obviously, we've been talking about this for the last hour. While we're driving back around the other side of town, we literally get out. Vinny's like, Pat, look what Mario Nafal just tweeted. I'm like, what are you talking about? Then, hey, look at this. Then, what is this? Then he's bleeding ear. What are you talking about, bleeding ear? And then as we start getting, and then I'm getting all these calls from different people and having conversations. Here's what everybody has to be thinking about. Okay, this is what everybody has to be thinking about. Neil Howe, the guy from the book, The Fourth Turning, right? He's on the podcast, Rob, I don't know what that was, 2 weeks ago, something like that. We had him on. The interview is going to go live probably this week, if not next week, this coming up week. And he explains that in the book they wrote on December 29th of 1997, he says America historically has gone through 4 turnings, and each one lasts around 20 years, right? And the 4 turning, each of them have what do you call it? Let me kind of tell you what the 4 turnings are, so I'm not butchering any of it. First, you have the high, an era of building, then the awakening, then the unraveling, which he said the unraveling is, and matter of fact, let me just show this to you. If I can share the screen, I'll show it to everybody so we can kind of go through this together. Window. Oh, I got to go off the window. I want you to see this, folks, because it's important. A lot of this has to do with what we're going through today. Hang on 1 second for me. Boom. Here we go. Check this out. Rob, let me know if you guys can see it or not. If you can, I'll go from there, but you got to see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So check this out. These are the 4 things he talks about, the 4 turnings. He says the high, an era of building, the 50s. So he says this was from 46 to 64. That's when the baby boomers were born. The nation reunites. This is after World War II. You know, with a greater common post-crisis purpose, society is confident in where it wants to go. Keyword, collectively. Government and institutions are more trusted and show an ability to address pressing issues. We know government is not trusted today, and mainstream media is not trusted today. Majority concerns and agendas dominate the focus of national discourse. Those outside of the majority feel stifled by the conformity. Building blocks for a strong economy are in place. Entertainment and popular culture feel more family-friendly again. Boom, then you have the awakening. Institutions come under attack. Distrust against authority and institutions is seated. The incoming generation rebels against the cultural beliefs and morals of the majority. Campus and inner city revolts, the mid-60s to the tax revolts of the early 80s. He calls that the awakening, 64 to 84. Then you have the unraveling, the harvest and separation. And this one here, it talks about institutions are weak, which kind of what we went through in 08, and distrusted. Political polarity crests, wearing ideological camp individuals on peaks. Economies boom, but have destructive underpinnings. Concerns of minority groups dominate the focus of national discourse. Hence, LGBTQ, minority, but they're getting all the attention, right? Technology innovations make people feel more important, interconnected than ever. Then you have crisis, an era of destruction. This is the one he says we're in now. And he says it's going to last till late 2028, 2029, maybe early 30s. Institutions are weak and distrusted. Check. Institutions are torn down and rebuilt in response to perceived threats to nation's very survival. Meaning, institutions are torn down and rebuilt. CIA, torn down and rebuilt. FBI, torn down and rebuilt, right? Civic authorities revives. Cultural expression finds a community purpose, and people begin to locate themselves as members of a larger group. Now, that's what he's talking about, right? At that time. When they made those 5 predictions, one of them was the fact that the market was going to tank. Another one was a pandemic. Another one was going to happen to the Tea Party. Another one was what's going to happen to Russia invading one of the neighboring. You know what the 5th prediction they made? You know what the 5th prediction they made? What? A civil war. Not a World War III. Their prediction was civil war. Now, here's the thing. For people to realize that a civil war is, so let's role play, assume this live right now is because they succeeded. Let's actually role play. Okay. What are we doing right now when we're live? Would we even go live right now? I don't even know if we're going live right now. I think the first thing we're probably doing right now, and I'm being serious with you, first thing on my mind right now is hiring 10 military contractors to come around me right now at the house with my family where I'm at. I'm not thinking about podcasting. First thing I'm doing is calling everybody I love. I'm like, where are you at?
See that? First thing that's going to happen is a civil war. Trump gets assassinated. The very first thing that happens is most certainly a civil war, right? That's, bro, why is these robots is really like sitting here like murdering me? I hope my defenses will sit there and hold up. Bro, hold on. Let me Okay, awesome. He actually died.
Go to a safe place. That's the same thing you're doing. You're not on Fox News watching what the news is telling you or CNN or different podcasts. You're thinking safety right off the bat. By the way, think about if they succeeded. Where is the temperature in America? What levels do we go? Anger, agitation, on I'm not being heard? Do you know what would happen in certain streets in America? You think Rodney King was bad? You think BLM was bad? Do you know what would happen to America if they actually succeeded? Do you know where we would be today if they actually succeeded? Go to it. That guy who, you know, you hear Joy Reid say stuff like that. Listen to me. I don't care what it is. This guy can't be president. I don't care if Biden can't talk. I don't care if Biden can't do this. He can't be president. I'm telling you, he can't be president. They just can't. And imagine this is being pumped into young American people. He can't be president. He's the worst. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'll be the hero. I'll be the hero. That's all it takes. All these guys think they're going to be heroes to somebody. And then boom, like this, half an inch away from a civil war. Then you know what takes place? Then what takes place is where America's at right now, in my opinion. Guys, we're right now in New York, okay? I'm not in Florida right now. We're in New York. And I cannot tell you how many people I'm walking around talking. Tom's with me. Vinny's with me. I can't tell you how many people are walking up to us. And where we are right now, we're in a place where a lot of wealthy people live. It's just, we're in a very interesting place. You know how many people are coming up to us and saying, hey, just so you know, we're with you, but we can't say anything in this city. Really? Yes. Hey, we're with you. We just want to let you know we're with you guys. Really? Yeah. We're on the same page. We're on the same page. Okay. You're on the same page? Yeah, we're on the same page. If it was a half an inch off, I don't think it's World War III. I think some states are just going to say, hey, California, I want to have nothing to do with you. Who's going to be their own state based on the values America was founded on? I want to move there. I think that's what happens.
I agree. I think we roll right into civil war.
I think so as well. It's moments like this, like that shirt.
Oh my God, bro. Like, it's just, oh my God. It's so bad. It's just like, just the copium is just like, just so, it's just so crazy. Oh my God.
That Vinny is wearing, it's called Wartime Leader. Okay. It's called Wartime Leader. And we came up with that shirt at vtmerch.com. You can go place the order on that Wartime Leader. But we came up with that shirt during COVID. The only way you find out if somebody's a wartime leader in business, you call it like startup mentality, is in times of crisis. Him putting his arm out with blood on his face. That picture is permanent. Time Magazine cover. That's going to be it next week. Tomorrow, LA Times. That's going to be it. It doesn't matter. Tomorrow, New York Times. Tomorrow, USA Today. Everything. You're going to see this picture being all over the place.
Okay, they have
to be free and
actual
flexible and
suicide
creative
bombers
was
over here.
really essential to what I wanted to make, and I didn't find a platform that did.
Mr. Chairman, I ask for unanimous consent.
Government funded research into viruses. Oh, cool. It's more COVID. My milk duds. What is this? Oh. No, not in here. Anything refreshing on this guy here? Doesn't look like it. I can close this one. Let's just refresh. Sometimes honestly, sometimes I just get even exhausted. Like, I just, I don't even like. Wait. You said this guy. You said this guy. This guy started praying. What was like? Jesus Christ, man.
Move to spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go.
This. I don't know why they said this. This is clearly after, like, there's already shots fired. The pray thing is kind of funny though. Times worth more. Is this gonna be like a liberal?
Donald Trump, and even I want you guys to be prepared for the amount of insufferable victimization you're about to see from Donald Trump and even the Republican and Conservative Party in general. I want you guys to note every single thing that they say and step they take now, because they're going to use this to their advantage with their entire being. They will go further.
That's not important. They, of course, they are going to. This, I think I already started seeing this image on like on shirts. So yeah, for sure. I was gonna say, right? I think people already, as a matter of fact, like people already started editing this photo to put like the American flag behind it and stuff to kind of just show, yeah. And any others, yeah. Thomas Matthew Crooks.
This is someone who was born in the year 2003, right? So we're not talking about that long of a time here. Everything has been digital his entire life. What I want to point out, there's some new reporting actually that Tom Winter, our colleague at NBC, was able to confirm. And you know, take this for what you will, but he is a registered Republican, and we don't know. You know, this is still, we don't know what was inside his mind.
I have got to see what is the comments that they're going to say about this. How is Trump a fascist? Isn't it just like the way he just tries to? Isn't it just like the power grabbing he's trying to do? Isn't that just right? They say that that pipeline is always like, you know, from democracy to fascism, and it all starts with just like how you can consolidate, and you begin to kind of chip away at the safeguards, and then just consolidate the power. Isn't that like kind of like Germany? Because wasn't Germany like actually democracy, and then they elected Hitler, and then Hitler then like knocked off some people to help consolidate power, more or less. I'm trying to like, you know, I don't remember too much of, like the actual you know, the steps that it took, but I believe that's like my rough understanding of it. So obviously, right, Trump is going to be in like the perfect position now with the Trump immunity. Although I'd argue that the Chevron, I would actually argue that the Chevron thing that the Supreme Court did probably actually weakened Trump's ability now, because now like the what is it? Because now like the executive agencies can't actually say or do anything, right? It's got to actually go fully through Congress. So outside of that, but like his immunity thing now, his immunity thing that he has, along with like the kind of people that he's gonna put in, that are gonna be truly hardened, loyal supporters. And then it's his final terms, right? So now he'll pardon whoever he want. Whatever it is, he ain't gonna care about what it looks like. He's 80-something years old. He's gonna be like 80-something soon, right? So like he ain't got much life left to live. He's already lived most of it, so he's not gonna really care. It is what it is. Let's see. It's so funny. Let's see. Here you go, pal. It's so funny to watching Fox News avoid the fact that he's a white local registered Republican and still trying to claim they don't know his affiliation. That is why I'm voting Biden-Harris. Biden incited the Trump assassination attempt, and there are 3.8 million. Boy, these people just reach for anything. White on white crime. And a Democratic donor. Time for all the right-wingers who are jumping to conclusions and say, whoa, let's not jump to conclusions here. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Who is this guy? And a friend of a family. He said he was a huge fan of the channel and was hoping to snag a Demolition shirt. Wow. That's what a hell of a twist. Is this just like, oh, this is just a random ad. I was like, what the hell is this? This looks so out of place. Okay, well, doesn't look like there's much left. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he donated his money to Act Blue and participated in multiple Antifa riots over the years. You know what? You're right. The next thing that people will just sit there and say is that, like, oh yeah, he was just a registered Republican for the memes, but was actually a Democrat doing Democratic stuff, right? Thomas Crooks. Although I'd be careful about this, just cause like, sure, like, there's a high likelihood that it's probably him, but this is not a guarantee that this is precisely him. And wow, he donated $15. Okay. These boys is crazy. Also said that Trump wasn't actually shot. Awkward. Earmarked for progressive turnout. Show probable spam. Let's see. Look, here go another piece of data here. I don't understand what I'm looking at though. Oh, the donation. This is the extra donation piece. Okay. Flipping the bird. Man. I can't see anything else. Project 2025 is actually what we're about to actually start looking at next. Actually, because we just about exhausted much of everything. We're going this Trump shooter stuff, and I want to start actually looking at Project 2025. I know very little details about it, so I can't comment one way or the other. I don't want to like make a judgment based off of just what I'm hearing thus far, but we're gonna see. We are actually, that is literally on the next thing for us to actually look at. Stage, nah, it's not staged. It's just there's just too much. There's just way too much going on. Especially then at the fact that like the idea that there were like so many people around the area that saw this man as he was like climbing up and stuff tells me that this was all like just a rush job. Like there was just first off, it was a random guy, and he was just rushing to try and just get in position before he knew the sniper would take him out, and that's why he just missed. It's not I definitely don't think it's a stage job. I haven't seen anything that just like really just supported being a stage job. Like I understand, like, you know, people have this idea in their mind that Secret Service is supposed to do all these grand things, but they only do like the big stuff for like the actual president. Everybody else kind of get like the lower end of like the Secret Service details. By lower end, I mean like as far as resource allocation goes. The snipers had a view on the shooter. Why didn't they shoot? So sure, I guess I could go through it before I go through a Project 2025. So the thing behind it, yeah, what's up, Brian? So the thing about it is, do I have it? No. Google Map Trump shooter, right? Is that you had just one shooter, right? I mean, one sniper. You had one sniper that, if I can just show the photo. Yeah, here we go, right here, right? So remember, right? They had one sniper that's right here in this exact building. Okay. Now the thing is, you have to keep in mind, right? This sniper, this one guy, right, is looking at everything around here. He's not looking at just here, and that's why he actually has a second person over there next to him, because one sniper is not going to be able to cover all of that area right there, because he has to look at all of this. He has to look at everything, and not everything in the high altitude, but he's looking at everything on the ground too, to see if he can catch anything before somebody get a shot off. So what likely happened is that the person over here, he rushed either at the right time or, right, because I think like there was like a little section right here where there was a ladder. He was popping his head up to just wait for the sniper to be looking at something else, to then just rush up real quick to get in position. And then the other guy that was next to the sniper sat there and actually like saw him, and then told the sniper like, yo, somebody's over there, right? And then the sniper ain't gonna just turn and just be able to shoot, right? The sniper still needs to adjust and get a clean shot So like the guy likely, as far as stage of events go, waited for the sniper to avert his gaze, ran up with his rifle, lay down real quick to briefly just try to aim and take the shot. The sniper, when you look at the video slow down, the sniper actually does like, I think like shoot at him first before he manages to get the shot off, and that's why like the guy ended up missing, I think, right? But it looks like he was already in the sniper. I know that's what it looks like, but that's not always the case, because you don't know where exactly that rifle is being pointed. Remember, like you with a tiny scope, like that could be pointed anywhere. And the thing is, he still has to adjust. He can't just because he has it in a general vicinity doesn't mean that he's in a position to take the shot, right? Breathing control, right? Steady arm position, and then you got and then you sit there and you take your shot, and you got to do it all perfectly, right? Because the thing is, if you shoot and miss, then Trump would have been a goner, obviously, right? Because then he would have been able to get a shot off, and it would have been a completely different story. But yeah, like no, like the sniper did what the sniper had to do, and yeah, like what likely happened is the sniper just didn't have his gaze fixated in that specific spot at that moment, and then he just rushed it. He ran, right? It does not take you long. Like if you already got the rifle in your shooting hand, for you to just run, slide into the prone position, to then like try to aim and just take the shot. It does not take long. So that second the sniper needs to actually just sit there and adjust the lock on. Oh yeah, it's a done deal. So I don't know. Yeah, so it's definitely not an inside job, but the sniper definitely did his thing, because otherwise Trump would have been gone. People are already mad at him getting shot. So oh man, can you show one? I knew the internet was doing it. There was already edits of like just people like doing like face overlays of the way the man looked. But I knew the sniper videos were gonna eventually hit. And he's gonna be good. I'm gonna go to bed pretty tired. I gotta work tomorrow. All right, Brian, you take care, man. Oh yeah, today is Sunday, for sure. It looks like he was already in the shooter. Thanks for streaming today. Memorable conversation, brother. Keep up the stream. Yeah, for sure. We will. We will for sure. Oh, is my thing frozen again? Yes, it is. Hold on. I just need to fix something real quick. But yeah, if you got that, if you got a video example, that'd be cool if you share. Because I knew eventually that was gonna be the case. Hold on.